Greetings and welcome to PinballHelp. Mike here. Today I am working on this Bally Kings of Steel. This is a game that I just pulled out of North Arkansas, and a pretty neat old game, 1984 I believe. It's a late model Bally that is not a multi-ball. It's a single ball. It's got these neat progressive targets that pop up. Anyway, this game was not working when we pulled it out of the garage of a guy that got it in some kind of an estate sale. But you can see it's in really pretty good condition. Nice cabinet. Back box is all clean. I have just basically unloaded it and started to take a look at it. You'll notice that the MPU board is gone. I'll explain what happened with that in a second. Let's take a quick look at the inside of this. See if I can do this with one hand. Alright. So this is the underside of the cabinet. It's very, very clean. Looks really, really good. The bar is loose there that holds this thing up. It looks like it's broken off right there, and there's a screw broken through there. That's the bar that holds the playfield up. But other than that, it's in really good condition. It's very, very clean. There's a good argument that this could have been a home use only machine. See, there's very little indication of anything spilled underneath the lockdown bar. Very little dirt. Just a very clean game. No broken glass or anything in it that I can see. Alright, let's just shut this thing. Okay. So, when I turned this game on, what happened was the sound card just went crazy, and then this cap right here just blew up. You can see the big dark soot mark there. Actually, when I picked the game up, this was unplugged. I suspected that this was blown before, and then somebody unplugged it. So I plugged it back in and turned it on, and the sound card does boot, so whatever this cap does is not catastrophic to it. But the game would not come up. Just get a GI in the game and nothing else. And one flash on the MPU. That's it. So obviously there was problems. My first thing to do was check all the test points, check all the voltages, everything basically checked out, which was really odd. So that led me to believe that there might be something with the MPU board. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And as always, when I come across some things like this and it's a new game I haven't messed with, I'll often post in some of the forums. There's various groups. Obviously, I'm running some, and there's some that are other people run on Facebook and elsewhere. And sometimes I'll post a little thing about, hey, I've got this game. It's exhibiting A, B, C, D. Now, I know the standard procedures of what to do when you're checking these games out, but I like posting on the repair groups because I never know if there is a particular design problem or an anomaly that is well known among particular types of games. So it never hurts to say, hey, I've got a Bally Kings of Steel and this capacitor on the cheap squeak soundboard just exploded. Anybody have any ideas? Because obviously I know what to do with fixing and diagnosing the board, but somebody else may know, oh, in this game there was a problem, or if that happens, it's a good indication that a pin over here on one of the connectors is shorted or something like that. So there's a couple of, you can often get some pretty good commentary from people that would say, oh, check to make sure the ground braid from the cabinet is hooked into the head, stuff like that, because it may have happened to them before and they'll know. So it never hurts to ask around. Especially, I don't claim to know everything, but I like to be able to share what I learn as I go along, and I'm always looking to learn more from other people. So here's where we're at. I have pulled the MPU board out, and I'm going to try a couple of basic things first. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So let's put this thing back over here. And here's the MPU board from this Kings of Steel. Now, What I'm doing is I'm pulling the chips off of the board, and I'm going to be cleaning all of them. Now, on some of the older Bally's, they use a certain kind of socket that was notoriously known for being problematic, these Scan-B sockets. I don't believe that these are those, so I don't believe the sockets need to be replaced, but that is a common thing that we'll check. So what I'm going to initially do is, you can see this game is in really good condition. This is where the battery would normally go, and it was there, and I clipped it off. It's very, very clean, and even though there's no indication of any leakage from the battery damaging anything, I still went over it with vinegar and cleaned it and made sure that it was fine. See, even the back is really nice and clean. So this is a game that has not had a whole lot of modifications or repairs to it. So I'm working on re-socketing all these chips. I've actually have some testers that I can run on some of the chips, but it's not where I'm at right now, so I'm going to try something simple. Just pulling the chips, hitting them with a little bit of contact cleaner, and just using some light sandpaper on the edges of the legs, and then reseating them and all. And I'm going to see if that actually works and maybe makes the game boot, because I cannot find any other problems. There's plenty of voltage in all the right places on the board. I can't find any indication of any broken traces or anything, so it could be a bad connection with one of the chips somewhere. It could be some kind of bad component. I'm just going to slowly go over it and look. So that's where I'm at. I will turn the camera off and I will report back in the next video what happened. But this is one thing you can do. I mean, depending upon how deep you want to get, you can just replace this with an Altec MPU. That's $200. You could send this off to be repaired. I think there's places that'll do board repairs for like $75 or something. So I'm first going to just try something simple before I dive in deeper. And we'll see if this works. But this is something worth trying. So we're going to pull these pins out, and I'll just use a little tiny screwdriver, like a big screwdriver on one end, just very gently to kind of push it up just a little. Don't want to damage the board underneath. Like that. And then I'll get the little screwdriver underneath it, and I'll just slowly lift this up a little bit at a time. So I'll be working on these things, and I've got a little chip puller. Once I get it out a little bit, I can clip onto it and pull it out. So stay tuned for more. This is a simple little trick to try if your board is not booting. In this case, this thing would do one flash and stay on. So I'm going to reseat the chips, make sure all the contacts are clean, and take a good look at everything when I pull the chips and see if that helps. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.